Have you ever opened your phone to check one message and found yourself, an hour later, scrolling endlessly, unsure what you were even looking for? In a world overflowing with notifications, noise, and digital demands, a question echoes louder than ever. What would it mean to simply be? Welcome to the Unfolding Journey, where we explore timeless wisdom for modern lives. If you're someone who's seeking clarity in chaos, peace amid pressure, and depth in a world that often feels shallow, you're in the right place. We are living in the noisiest era of human history. Never before have our minds been so incessantly stimulated, our attention so consistently hijacked. From the moment we wake up, glowing screens clamor for our focus. Notifications buzz like digital mosquitoes. The infinite scroll has become our default meditation. We're living online, always on, always reacting, always consuming. But beneath this hum of information lies something eerily absent: silence, presence, stillness. And that's exactly where Zen enters the conversation. At its core, Zen isn't a religion or belief system in the traditional sense. It's not about subscribing to doctrines or reciting mantras without understanding. Zen is direct experience. It is presence stripped of commentary. It is the art of just this: the breath, the sound of rain, the act of sitting. Zen doesn't offer to solve your problems by escaping them. It teaches you to fully be with them. The famous Zen master Thich once wrote, "Smile, breathe, and go slowly." In that one sentence lies a radical defiance of our time. To smile, to breathe, to go slowly, in an age where everything pushes us to do the opposite. Today, our attention is currency. Social media platforms, news feeds, ads, they're all vying for a slice of your mental space. What happens as a result? We become split, scattered, constantly jumping from thought to thought, screen to screen. A study from Microsoft even suggested that the average human attention span has dropped to just 8 seconds, shorter than that of a goldfish. Zen teaches the opposite of this fragmentation. It points us toward integration, where body, mind, and moment align. And it starts with one simple practice: Zazen, sitting meditation. You sit, you breathe, you do nothing else. In our fast-forward world, that almost sounds absurd. But what if the key to surviving and even thriving in this age isn't doing more, but doing less more deeply? Zen doesn't ask you to abandon technology. It asks you to relate to it consciously. When you pick up your phone, are you aware of why? When you're eating, are you tasting or just consuming? When you're walking, are you feeling the ground beneath your feet or racing ahead in thought? Zen is about bringing mindfulness to the mundane. There's a Zen proverb: when walking, walk. When eating, eat. Simple, but profoundly countercultural in an era of multitasking and digital overload. This practice is not about escaping the world. It's about engaging with it in a deeper, more present way. Zen isn't something you intellectually understand. It's something you live. And it's not always comfortable. Sitting in silence, unplugged from the dopamine rush of the digital world, we often confront the very things we're running from: anxiety, boredom, loneliness. But instead of turning away, Zen invites us to sit with them. As Zen teacher Shunryu Suzuki said, when you do something, you should burn yourself completely, like a good bonfire, leaving no trace of yourself. To be fully present is to give yourself entirely to the moment. No past, no future. Just now. Imagine checking your phone with that level of awareness, or speaking to a friend, or even washing dishes. What would your life feel like if each action became a meditation? In Zen, there is a concept called mu, or emptiness. This doesn't mean nothingness in a nihilistic sense. It means empty of distraction, empty of mental clutter, so that you can be full of the moment. Think of a teacup. Only when it's empty can it hold something new. Our minds are often overflowing, with information, stress, past regrets, future worries. Zen asks us to empty that cup. Not forever, not perfectly, but moment by moment. So, how do you live Zen in a world that is constantly online? Here are a few gentle, practical invitations. Start your day without your phone. Instead, take 10 breaths. That's it. Just 10 conscious breaths before the digital floodgates open. Create sacred space. A corner of your room. A moment in your day. Light a candle. Sit in silence. Even 5 minutes of Zazen can rewire your nervous system. Digital Sabbath. Choose 1 day a week, or even 1 hour a day, to unplug. Let your mind rest in silence. Single task. When you eat, just eat. When you listen, truly listen. When you work, work fully. Your presence is the greatest gift you can give to any moment. Many modern teachers and writers are bridging Zen and the digital world with grace. Thich Nhat Hanh speaks of mindfulness in the face of modern suffering. Jon Kabat-Zinn has brought mindfulness meditation into medicine and science. Shunryu Suzuki's Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind, is a classic primer for Western seekers. Even tech leaders like Jack Dorsey and Steve Jobs explored Zen to cultivate clarity and focus. What these figures have in common is not rejection of modern life, but an intentional relationship with it. Zen doesn't oppose technology. It simply asks, who is in control, you or the algorithm? We are not doomed to distraction. We can choose a different way. We can reclaim our attention, not by abandoning the digital world, but by waking up within it. Zen offers us no promises, no quick fixes. What it does offer is a return to presence, a path back to ourselves, a way to remember what it feels like to simply be human, unplugged, undistracted, and undivided. In the quiet spaces Zen invites us into, we may just find that what we've been looking for was never far away. If this resonated with you, if you're feeling the pull toward presence, toward clarity, toward Zen, you're not alone. Subscribe to The Unfolding Journey for more reflections, wisdom, and practices to help you live fully in a world that often feels fragmented. Breathe in, breathe out. See you in the next video.